Creek. This is the first race of 2022 with VIHSS. That's the Vancouver Island Hare Scramble series. And I'm gonna do things a little differently this time. I'm not very good at doing single takes, but that's what I'm gonna try and do here. Not over edit, just keep talking. And there's not actually gonna be a lot of talking on this video because it was supposed to be more of like a reaction video. I was gonna watch the video for my first time, leave a little commentary, but you know what? It'd be mostly just riding. This race, I made a point of getting to the starting line early because I remember last time being kind of late and then having to squeeze by everybody. So that was good. It's a lot more relaxing, already being in position. This is my third race ever, and it's crazy how fast things are already changing. I'm realizing I'm not in that new headspace where everything's like, whoa, look at where everybody lines up. Oh, look at how we get our registration. Oh, look at this. I'm getting a little bit more into the mindset of racing, I guess. The novelty's worn off slightly. I'm still super stoked, but I'm just seeing it differently. And I noticed that on this race, I was more focused on the race itself and less focused on recording it. I didn't do the back camera, just did the front camera. There wasn't as much commentary, there wasn't as much greeting other people out on the track, there wasn't as much helping. I do feel myself getting a little bit more into the riding headspace, and yeah, I'm just gonna walk through this video and let you know what I was thinking. I'll probably have to go back and edit out some bits, so I should leave spaces when I talk, but I promise this will not be a giant monologue. This will be for people who enjoy watching single track. And there's lots of those people I notice, because you see the videos and all it is this little trail in front of you that you're following. I can watch that shit for days. So here goes.
The race, here goes.
The start of the race was actually pretty chill. There wasn't a lot of jousting for position.
Woo! Not a great start. Not a bad start. Didn't fall on the ground. That's a good start.
Seems like we all found our line and just dove in. We had a lot more room than on the previous race at Whisky Creek, where we all got funneled into basically a single track.
Off the bat, the tire is feeling pretty good.
I put on a new to me golden tire. Can't remember the number, but it was an aggressive off-road non-DOT tire. First time I've ever run one. Man, was it ever a perfect choice for this situation.
Gonna try and take it easy. Remember to breathe. Another normal ride, right? Remember, here with the feet. Get in the zone.
I do try and remind myself of things as I'm racing. My goal here was not to overexert myself in the first lap, but I still did.
Nice out.
I still wonder if I should be standing the entire time. Like, could I be sitting here to conserve energy? I think it's best practice to just figure out how to stand the whole time, but I did sit on some straight stretches.
Thank you.
I found this time both passing and being passed was a lot smoother. I got some tips after my last race, and I'd always thought I had to wait till like a nice safe section to pull out. However, now I just could pretty much pull out instantaneously as soon as somebody was behind me. I also found this track a lot easier to pull out on than Whisky Creek.
Thank you.
This was my first time ever riding Cook Creek.
Why my quads are sore? Maybe I should have warmed up. Beautiful trail. I feel like I know this section. Might have walked it.
I feel like I didn't prepare for this race nearly as well as I did for Whisky Creek. I just kind of, starting with my diet the night before, I didn't eat very well. I ate a lot of junk food with my daughter. I got a lot of junk food, and we were out photographing Saturday's race. And then in the morning, my breakfast was so-so, and I totally forgot to eat the bananas even though I brought them with me. And so I started feeling fatigued really early on in this race. Already I could feel my my thighs, my quads. And I believe my clutch hand was starting to get sore too. And so I was surprised because I've been riding pretty regularly and I've been doing long rides with a few breaks in between over in Mill Bay. So I really thought I had the endurance built up, but yeah, I started feeling tired fast.
So far, so good. Slimy for sure. Got a less death grip.
I remember not to do the death grip. I was trying to stop the arm pump and I was keeping my hands on the outside of the bars towards the edges of my bark busters where they come in there to the edges of the handlebars because I got some really bad blisters on my thumb knuckle where the thumb joins the hand.
That was a nice corner. Nobody on my tail. That feels good.
So I managed to avoid those this time around, which was great. I also didn't get nearly as like cold and sick after this race. On my last race,
Tires beautiful. Hooking up, just built for this terrain.
I did 3 laps and I was just destroyed by the end of it.
I was photographing here. That's cool, it helps.
I'd been photographing this section on Saturday when the kids were going through it and the women. And so I couldn't believe how just even having walked and seen a little bit of this course made me feel so much more familiar with it. And this entire riding area, Cook Creek, I've never ridden here before, so every track here was brand new to me. And I wonder how that would change a race if the trails that you're on, you know, are familiar. I'm sure it'd have a pretty profound impact, because I know when I go back to trails, I know it makes it a lot easier.
That one's got dug out a lot.
Didn't look too bad on the second and third laps. There were a couple sections that got a lot worse, but overall it stayed pretty much the same.
Amazing how fast it just spreads out. Goggles are getting slightly fogged.
The race in Whisky Creek, the track changed tremendously. By the third lap, it was just destroyed, and everything felt about 4 times harder. If I'm pausing awkwardly here, it's because sometimes I have some commentary when I'm riding, and so I don't want to interrupt myself. quite liked the terrain that we rode through here. It was really varied. All foresty with the exception of the clear cut, but I felt like there were very distinct sections. There were some fast sections, some really slow rooty sections, some really like hilly sections, some mud boggy sections, that clear cut section. So it was fun, especially after the first lap, knowing what to expect. I think this might be one of the least technical races. I mean, Tansky by far had a lot more obstacles. Whisky Creek, I feel somehow did too. There were more logs to hop and that kind of thing. Here, the only really technical bits were a section of roots and a couple little hill climbs that got really slick.
Oh yeah, good bumps.
But the constant twists and turns were just taxing me. Oh, phone call. Dang. 3 days later. Yep.
Dang, man.
Phone call.
2 or 3
Put me
days
back by
actually.
3 days. Here I am
After
again.
that phone call. So here
Trying
I am.
to continue this
Back.
video.
Totally lost my train
Totally
of thought.
lost my train of thought.
Let's keep going.
Let's see how it goes.
2 days later.
This is a sweet section.
Actually, it wasn't even 2 days. It was about 3 days, I think. But now I'm back in the sound booth. I thought it was going to be getting roosted, but so spaced out. I might have to switch to the next goggles.
I was expecting this race to be on each other's tails a lot more. And because it was so muddy, I was thinking that my goggles were going to get completely roosted, muddied up.
Oh, this tire just eats us.
This was my first fuck up.
Oh no. Oh no. That was bad. Alright? Yeah.
My front tire was just kind of stuck. I mean, I must have gone over a little log or something. I was just having trouble pulling it out. And it set me back, 40 seconds? Which is huge in a race.
Placement. Oh yeah, getting some gnar in there.
Yeah, I think this is the first part of the track where I started feeling the gnar really coming into play. Lots more roots in this area. Slimier. Those roots, especially those sideway ones that I just went over there, always.
This place is gonna get real tough.
Not big roots, just ones that you want to be aware of.
I'm already sitting. I didn't eat my bananas. Clutch feels so heavy. Even the throttle feels heavy.
It did. Never had that feeling before. I'm curious how much extra exertion a muddy track takes out of you. I I imagine that your body's having to compensate a lot more, and you just have to be a little bit more switched on so you don't slip. It's a constant slipping hazard. I don't know if I said it already in the first part of the video, but this was a far less aggressive feeling race than the last one.
You good?
Whisky Creek, I felt like there were always people on my tail, like just revving to pass me, and it was a lot harder to pull out and let them pass. But this one was a lot chiller from my perspective. I don't think I had anybody holler, yell, or rev, but I was also doing a lot better job of just getting out of the way quicker.
Nice. Oh! Suck. Oh, I'm getting on somebody. Why do I feel so winded already, dude? What the hell?
How far into the white race are we here? About 17 minutes. You might be hearing gulping, bubbly, mango bubbly, with some lime juice squeezed in it. I found this race pretty well marked. There was only one spot where I didn't know where to go, but that's kind of because I just didn't see the marker or overshot it a little bit. Definitely easier than Whiskey and Tansky, I think. That's such a cool move.
Oh, sweet. That was a beautiful move. Oh, look at this beauty.
I feel like I'm getting a bit of flow here. It's actually starting to look kind of fast. Probably inspired to try and keep up with the guy who just passed me.
Oh. Almost bit the front.
This is a beautiful section. Look at those trees. I'm gonna have to remember this section. pretty sure I was standing for most of this. So I'm a little envious of that dude up there sitting, conserving energy. And there goes any chance of catching him.
Woo! Not sure what happened there. It threw my bar sideways.
Yeah, very well marked. So helpful having those volunteers there to point you in the right direction when you're all tunnel visioned and just looking at the track. Although, I did find it easier to pay attention to both this time, the markings and the track.
All right.
Oh yeah, this is a cool spot. This
Mind where you stand.
the only double flat or like just fast-paced section that you could get on this whole loop. It looks really fast after all that. And I wasn't even gunning it, I was just taking it easy. That's where oh, I thought I missed my turn. This is a beautiful section with all the ferns.
Woo, that's a tight one. That's a tight one. Go over there, your race is done. Bridge time.
See how I looked right there? So, I mean, that's my first time around, and then I feel like on my second time around, I went into that particular spot with a lot more speed, just knowing which way I had to go. So, I do like being able to hit the same track at least twice. That was, what the hell was that? Just ran into some really lame bushes.
Those little mishaps.
could have been a few faster lines I could have chosen through there, I realized. And that's what I got to start paying attention to next time, is just really thinking about if there's a faster line I can take rather than the most obvious one. Those guys saved me from making the same mistake. But I remember feeling like now I got two people behind me and there was pressure again, and I still fold under the pressure a little. Crash into the pressure. Oh, look at this. Look how vibrant it is. We truly have some amazing terrain to ride in this province. I've been telling other riders that I rode with in Korea and other places in the world, like, this, I don't know if you can beat the terrain that we get here in BC. Anywhere on the planet, you just get everything. And I can't think of a more technical spot to ride.
Probably gotta wipe my GoPro soon.
Yeah. Waterfalls, creek crossings, rock slabs, moss beds, bushes, rainforests, sandy spots, mud holes.
Bananas! The arm pump is real today. Wasn't that the clutch hand? I don't know why.
Wondering if I should start doing those spring-loaded hand strengthening exercises.
A doozy.
A doozy. A matey.
Sideways roots. Slick and slippery. Woo! Woo! Oh, fuck. I'm everywhere. Oh, thank you, Golden Tire.
Oh wow, that's that spot. Yeah, on the second lap, that thing was completely chewed up. That looked like nothing there the first time I went up it.
I don't know what class those dudes are.
I love how about a year ago, a log crossing like that would have completely forced me to stop. Probably almost, push my bike over or fall off getting over. Now it's almost nothing. Now it's just a bump. That is what really draws me to this sport so much.
I'm getting better at pulling over and not crashing.
It's just how fast you can see yourself progress. One day you couldn't cross an obstacle, and you try again, you try a few more times, a few days later you can. And a few months later, you realize it's not even a thing. You don't even flinch. You know what else is going to be nice about a not rainy race? I think I accidentally went into neutral. I think that's why that happened. I was close. Yeah, having a dry race will also save me having to think about wiping my GoPro all the time. Oh yeah, this was a pretty gnarly section. Yeah, I remember that route well. It wasn't a route, it was a small log. Lying at a perfectly wrong angle to my tire. Just sucked me right in.
Oh, fuck.
I think my bike was in constant blinking, my radiator's overheating mode. It seems to do that at 100 plus degrees. I have no idea if that's approaching the limits of too hot. I think the fan kicks in at 103 Celsius. I wasn't expecting that. I thought I'd be able to get by.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna crash.
Fucking it. and make some ground in that. Ah.
Yep. So the strategy is I gotta focus more on not crashing and going a little slower. And I'm gonna make up time that way.
Oh, golden tire! I love you! You're so good in this! Need every advantage I can get, Jesus!
This is some pretty cool terrain.
Woo! This is gonna be crazy! That's just one lap so far. Maybe a jump.
Oopsies. Be sitting there. That must be sitting view. When you see more of my bars. I think I got caught up there on my last lap.
I'm good. Go.
Never had that happen before. I guess that means my pace was okay. I think I do find it a little easier when I'm tailing a rider. Just you can see a little bit more about what's coming up by how they're handling it. Maybe that's a good way to rest a little if you find somebody who's keeping about the same pace you like to do. I'd be curious to know. If you got thoughts on that, leave them in the comments. Do you find it easier following someone? Oh yeah, so this is, okay, we're approaching the end of the lap, and I tell you, this little section here, I was just surprised how tough it was. There are all these sideways logs that kept wanting to throw me off. It was muddy and gnarly, and it was bumpy. I don't know, it was just a little bit of mix of everything, and I found it a really challenging path. It didn't look like it should be as challenging as it was. staging area on our right. This is going to be the final little horseshoe loop into it. I wondered if those guys were standing there so people didn't go up it. I'm not sure. Just to cheer you on. And we're about to go through the timing booth.
We good? Yep.
Lap number 2.
Woo!
Thank you, Bush, for clearing the water off my lens. Oh, yeah. I remember this. Not sure why I did that.
Oh, shit. Sorry, bro.
I just remember wanting to get the hell out of there so I wasn't blocking other people.
Off with the goggles.
Oh, so I decided to switch out my goggles and go with the mesh goggles. And get passed by a lot of people.
I'm taking a break.
GoPro wipe with the rag. Getting passed by so many people. So I mean, something as simple as just choosing which eyewear I'm going to wear for the whole race could have saved me a lot of time in a spot like that.
Sorry. A and B this way? Oh.
I don't know why I asked that.
Go ahead, be that way.
It was clear, and I realized after the fact that when I went around there, it led to the exact same place, and I could have hopped that log when I would have felt pretty confident getting over. I don't know, as a B, if I would be allowed to go to A route. Is that allowed? Again, if you know the answer, please leave it in the comments. If you're a B rider and you want to take an A loop that you know connects, let's say, like you just saw it there, could you do that instead? A little too much speed.
now.
Yeah, I say that because there was some of that, like that up to now, I hadn't ridden any of that the first lap because the first lap started in a slightly different area. Seems to always be the case where you have to ride into the course on the first lap. Definitely noticed how I started shifting into a more kind of race mentality. I don't know if you could call it that, but less commentary, less singing, less talking to everybody, less how's it going, less do you need help, less caring about my angles. Just really, I guess, focusing more on the race itself. I want to keep that fresh, I'm new to racing kind of innocence, I guess you could say. But at the same time, I want to race. And I want to, more and more, I'm like, I think I want to get on that podium. I was thinking about what to do on the next one, and I feel like trying a whole race where I do nothing but just sing to myself in my helmet.
Smooth is smooth.
Any of you guys do that? Just make a soundtrack as you're riding? I tend to do it more when I'm on the street and I have to endure very long, like 300 kilometer stretches. I once drove home from Cape Scott, basically, to Victoria in one day on this bike, on the 500 EXC. And like, the only thing I could do to keep myself from falling asleep and not just dying, especially given how freaking much my ass hurt sitting on that plank of a seat, was just sing to myself the whole time. I rapped, did hip hop, did beats, beatboxed, whistled, sang ballads, sang country songs. It'd be cool to make your own soundtrack, right? That what if you got really good at singing and your niche was, I'm a dirt biker who sings really, really well while I'm riding single track. People actually tuned in because they liked the music so much. Maybe they weren't even riding enthusiasts. They just liked to hear you sing while you were riding through the forest. Thought that'd be pretty rad. Better go for some voice training. I really like these sections, what you just saw there, where the trail doubles back, or you go next to other trail and you can see riders come in the opposite direction. I don't know why, it just always feels really cool. Like, oh, they're right over there. And you kind of wonder, how far ahead are they actually? Kind of catch up, and makes it feel even more action-packed, seeing those riders coming the other way. This was an area I was beginning to know kind of well because I had photographed it the day before. So that was nice, as I mentioned, having a little bit of familiarity with the track. I find though that, even though I've done a full lap, there's only very limited segments that I actually remembered the second time around. How are your guys' memory for that? Like, if you ride the track once, do you know exactly what lies ahead? Do you have that kind of visual, I guess, recollection? Because I sure don't. What I'm thinking I definitely do know here is that when I get into the clear cut, I don't go left, I go right, where the kids' track kind of started. That's the only the next major junction I remember, but nothing in between this and that. Maybe I'll be able to recollect the next one once we get there. So it's not tremendously helpful. Here we are coming out into the clear cut, or I guess we could say the new growth, the young growth. And I know when I get to the kind of bottom of this section here that I'm not going to go left, I'm going to go right. And that was something I didn't know my first time, so it probably helped me shave off a couple seconds. All I really remember about this next section, and there my battery died. Okay, so here's what happened. Yeah, we missed a really good portion. Didn't hear my GoPro die. And sadly, we missed one really good hill climb that I struggled with a lot. And there were a couple riders that just hit it so beautifully. They rode right up this really muddy hill and over. They even took this route over a big, gnarly log. So now riders are starting to get stuck. I think this is that same hill that I said the first time. It didn't look like anything, but when I came back, it was going to be treacherous. And yeah, it was just getting so rutted out and so slippery. So I took a rather long break here, about 10 minutes, to drink some of my Powerade, put on a fresh set of gloves that were dry, clean off my GoPro, change the battery, and then get a run up.
Give her. Yeah, you go, bud. I might be a while.
I wasn't exactly confident in my getting up there. Then what I realized was that those are the things I'm actually strong at. I think it's because I ride that kind of terrain. I'm much more a slow and technical rider than I am a fast, twisty rider. Just because we don't have that many fast, twisty tracks, or at least I haven't found them in my riding area down south. So yeah, when I put together all the time between snack breaks, stopping, crashing,
Cutoff is done?
you wouldn't have to eliminate that many of those to be able to have made a third lap.
But I guess this will be the last one. I'm beat. What's that? Are you okay getting up this? I hope so. What was up at the top?
Once you get past the middle, it's like it goes up a bit more, and it's slippery.
I say you give her, man. There's a good chance I will make it.
There you go, positive thinking.
Oh, shit.
Of course, it really didn't look bad in the video, but I swear it was harder than it looked. Much harder. But not as hard as I expected. I think I went
Ow.
too high on that embankment.
Ow.
Now this cost me a lot of time.
Yeah, I can get it. Oh.
That must be where the bruise on my right thigh came from, I think. Hip, actually. Fuel lights on. I think I came pretty close to running out of fuel on this race, actually. This good old stick in front of the tire.
Oh, come on.
then there was this.
What's this?
So I should have done what those guys did.
Yeah. Are these guys gonna go?
I don't know.
Guys, are you going?
Are you guys going?
You guys
going?
no? And I'm gonna go up there.
You go around me.
Easy. Lemon squeezy.
Yeah, so given that that was actually not too hard to make it up, I wish I had just gone around and given her. I was expecting it to be a lot worse. So I nailed my boot on a tree stump there.
Ah, that hurt. Thank you, Garnier boots, for saving me possibly from a broken foot.
Cut that corner. Just go right over the bush. Is that allowed? If you see a bit of a shortcut like that, where you're not like taking a completely different route, but you're just clipping a corner. Anyone wear headphones while they're riding? That'd be rad. Listen to your favorite soundtrack. I never wear headphones when I ride just because they don't go comfortably into my ears, and I also kind of like to be situationally aware. I feel like do better, especially on a race, being able to hear people behind me, but man, it would be pretty cool to rip with music. Comment below if you listen and ride. And let me know if you do it during a race, if anyone out there does. Yeah, so that was a little sneaky what happened there. You don't see it, but my rear tire got wedged between two roots. There's that root right in front of it, and then there was one right behind it. Oh no, and my front tire was hitting the root, and my rear tire was hitting the root right at the same spot. So I couldn't get any traction. The front tire was being blocked. And it was all concealed by the mud. Sneaky. Had I made timing, I think I would have done a third. Why not? Probably would have come home in a lot worse shape. that's it, man. That is the race. 2 laps.
Woo! That was really
Shit, that was a good ride.
super messy. I wore myself out so bad in the first 20 minutes. Oh, heck. I had like 3 guys behind me and they ran me down. That was
crazy.
And then I was tired for the rest of it.
Especially that last like super slick hill climb.
Oh, yeah. Oh, everyone's piling up.
Yeah.
Pile up there. There's like 3 people laying on it when I went through it.